The more I read about vegetarianism, the more I realize it's not just about what's on your plate. It's this whole blend of philosophy, ethics, and science wrapped up in one lifestyle. It's actually kind of wild when you think about it.
What gets me is that basic question. If you can live well without causing suffering, why wouldn't you? That simple idea snowballs into these huge conversations like Peter Singer argues that pain is pain, no matter if it's a human or a pig. Suddenly, not eating meat feels less like a food thing and more like an ethical responsibility.
Exactly. And then you layer in the science biologically. Our bodies don't actually need meat. There's protein in beans, lentils, even oats. Plus, too much meat has been tied to things like heart disease and cancer. So, it's not just kindness to animals, it's self-care too.
Oh, and the impact goes way beyond just personal health. Industrial animal farming dumps out more carbon emissions than all cars, planes, and ships combined. Every time we skip a burger, it's almost like we're casting a tiny vote for the planet.
And that reminds me, people like Gandhi and Socrates saw food as a kind of spiritual practice. The idea wasn't just to avoid harm, but to purify the mind and body. It's almost like what you eat shapes not only your body, but your whole outlook on life.
Funny you mention mindset. There's this idea that switching to a plant-based diet doesn't just change your body, but your mind too. Psychology studies even show vegetarians might have higher empathy and self-control. That's wild, isn't it?
I've read about those neuroscience experiments. Apparently, certain brain areas linked to moral awareness light up more in vegetarians. It's as if choosing what you eat rewires how you feel and think about the world.
Buddhist philosophy takes it even further. Eating is like meditation. Each meal becomes a reminder that life is interconnected, and survival should be about harmony, not domination. It's a whole shift in perspective.
And then when you think about the numbers like a kilo of beef requiring 15,000 liters of water, compared to under 1,000 for lentils, it makes you realize how our food choices echo across the whole planet. It's not just personal, it's global.
Last week we got stuck on how fast the body adapts. But really, when someone goes vegetarian, their gut bacteria start to change within just a few weeks. It's fascinating. Digestion, mood, even immunity can improve just from skipping meat.
And what's really cool is that plant-based diets drop inflammation and boost things like BDNF, the protein that helps grow new brain cells. Some researchers even think it makes your brain sharper and more resilient.
People sometimes worry about losing strength or energy, but studies show the opposite. Energy actually becomes more stable, and even sleep quality improves. It's like cleaning out static from your system.
Plus, our bodies seem almost built for this: flat teeth, long intestines, enzymes for breaking down plants. Evolutionarily, we weren't designed to gorge on steak every day. It's more like plants are our default fuel.
Could you unpack how philosophers frame vegetarianism? Because it feels like there's this web of arguments about compassion, justice, even what it means to be ethical.
Totally. Philosophers like Peter Singer say if a being can suffer, it deserves moral consideration. So choosing meat isn't just a personal thing. It's an ethical decision. John Stuart Mill would argue that if we can avoid causing pain and still be happy, we should.
And thinkers like Erich Fromm and Albert Schweitzer went even further, seeing respect for life as key to spiritual maturity. So when someone skips meat, they're not just helping animals, they're aligning their actions with a deeper sense of purpose.
Yeah, and Tom Regan adds that animals have inherent value, not just because they feel pain, but because they have inner lives. So eating them isn't just unhealthy or polluting, it's morally inconsistent with valuing life.
What surprised me most is how often philosophers tie vegetarianism to mental clarity. Leonardo da Vinci, even Einstein, they believed eating simply helped them think more clearly. It's almost like food is fuel for both body and soul.
And there's actual science behind that, too. Lower inflammation and cleaner energy mean the mind gets less distracted. Some studies even show vegetarians have lower stress hormones and more serotonin, which boosts mood and focus.
It's almost poetic. Choosing what you eat isn't just about survival, but about creating space for creativity and compassion. You start to see the world with different eyes, more attuned to connection than competition.
By making each meal a conscious choice, it's like you're joining a quiet dialogue with nature. You take what you need, but you don't harm in the process. That's not just a diet, that's a philosophy for living.